Welcome to BNEWS Weekly. I'm Phil Gallagher along with BNEWS Director Rich Hosford, BNEWS reporters Robert Paris, John Vias, Matt Damasio with sports, and Maddie Shipka with the weather and the community calendar this week. Thank you for joining us. A small fire destroyed 2 solar panels on the roof of the Marshall Simonds Middle School, but fortunately did not result in any structural damage to the building. Fire Department Captain Robert Paul said the call of a fire on the roof of the school came in at about 11:40 a.m. on Sunday from a passing motorist. Crews responded and were quickly able to knock down the blaze. Burlington's building inspector was called to the scene for an evaluation and deemed it safe. Paul said there was no damage to the school building, just the panels in question and a bit of rubber roofing beneath them. Burlington School Department Maintenance Supervisor Steve Zarba told BNews that the company behind the solar panels, Onyx, will do a complete check of all the panels on both the Marshall Simonds Middle School and the Burlington High School roofs. This measure will be taken as a precaution to help limit any possible future issues. Zarba said the fire was likely the result of either a default with one of the panels or an issue with the wiring. It is possible, he explained, that there was some moisture on one of the wires or at a connection that caused the incident. The Board of Selectmen began the process of choosing Burlington's next town administrator with a special meeting on Monday. During the meeting, they interviewed 3 internal candidates who had thrown their hats in the ring for the position. As reported on BNews, current town administrator John Petrin announced that he will retire in 2019. Under his contract, he could step down as early as February, but he has said he would stay on through the May town meeting where the budget is both established and then voted on if needed. Earlier this year, the board voted to start the search for the replacement internally. They also asked for and received an appropriation of $20,000 to facilitate an external search if necessary. If the board decides to go with current town employee, those funds will be returned to the general fund. The 3 town employee candidates interviewed on Monday were Planning Director Kristen Kasner, Purchasing Analyst Catherine Moskos, and Town Accountant Assistant Town Administrator Paul Sagarino. Kasner holds 2 bachelor degrees from Miami University, one in urban and regional planning and the other in geography. She also holds a master's degree in urban and environmental policy and planning from Tufts University. Before taking her current position in 2012, Kasner was the town's senior planner from 2010 to 2012. Prior to that, she was an assistant planner starting from 2004. Kasner is also a member of the American Planning Association and was president of the Massachusetts chapter for a 2-year term from 2015 to 2017. Moskos has a Bachelor of Science in Historic Preservation from Roger Williams University and a Master's in Public Administration from Suffolk University. She also has a Certificate in Local Government Leadership and Management from the Massachusetts Municipal Association and Suffolk University's Moakley Center for Public Management. She's been Burlington's purchasing analyst since 2014. Before that, she was the executive assistant for Wellesley's Department of Public Works starting in 2013. She was a management office assistant in that office starting in 2010 and the accounts payable clerk there starting in 2007. Moskos is a member of a number of professional societies, including National Contract Management Association, the Institute for Public Procurement, and Massachusetts Public Purchasing Officials. Sagarino has a Master's of Public Administration from Northeastern University. He has been Burlington's town accountant since 2005 and the assistant town administrator since 2014. Before that, he was a senior accountant with the auditing firm of Powers & Sullivan starting in 2004. He has also worked as the assistant treasurer collector for the town of Lincoln, the treasurer collector of Winthrop, the assistant treasurer collector in Danvers, and as an accountant field representative from the Massachusetts Department of Revenue starting in 1998. Sagarino pointed to many high points in Burlington's finances that he's been a part of, including the town's AAA bond rating, the TIF agreements with Keurig and Millipore Sigma, and the creation of the budget analyst position. Members of the board said they were impressed with the 3 candidates and would take time to mull over the decision. They will discuss the hiring process further during their meeting on Monday, June 25th. A longtime member of one of Burlington's boards announced he is stepping down after almost 20 years of service. John Albaghini said on Tuesday that he will not seek a new term on the Zoning Board of Appeals and that this week's session would be his last meeting. Albaghini has been on the board as either a full-time member or an alternate member since the year 2000. He has also been the board chairman since 2013. Albaghini said the reason he was stepping down was timing. He retired from his engineering job last year and is enjoying some downtime. When asked about some of the times that he was happy with and how the board handled difficult issues before them, he said he was proud when they were able to make compromises in the midst of controversy. One relatively recent example he pointed to was the planning board's attempted appeal of the building permit for the Residence Inn by Marriott in the district. He said that in that case, people on both sides had strong feelings, and when the compromise was reached, neither was extremely happy, nor were they extremely upset. That, he said, was a sign that the process worked. Aside from brokering big compromises, Albaghini said he is proud of all the smaller decisions the board has made during his time as a member and as chairman that had helped Burlington maintain its aesthetics. Most of those decisions the board faces have to do with the many appeals of the signage bylaws, and the board has spent a lot of time working with companies to ensure they have the visibility they need without compromising the look of the town. Finally, Albaghini said he worked to make sure everyone felt heard and hopes that, even if things didn't go their way, everyone felt that the process was fair. Selectman Joe Morandi, a former member of the ZBA, was at the meeting to make comments about Albaghini's retirement for the board. Let's take a look.
I truly want to say thank you. I sat on the board with you. It was a pleasure. I learned a lot from you. I hope all of you guys have learned from John too. Some of the stuff he brings to the table is very, very adequate for the town, and for him to do that much time and not get anything for it, I felt like I needed to come here tonight and personally say thank you from the town of Burlington for all the things you've done. Good or bad, we've had our incidences both ways, but you've put a lot of time into this town. And I would personally like to say thank you along with Mr. Petrin and the Board of Selectmen. So, Mr. Albaghini, if I may, I want to go up and shake your hand.
I told you not to embarrass me, Joe.
Great job, Joe.
Mr. Albaghini was not the only board member to announce they were leaving. The chairman started the meeting by announcing that fellow member David Kelly, who had recently secured a new job, would not be able to meet the time commitment necessary to continue to serve. Kelly was first appointed to the board in 2015. A special permit is moving through the Burlington Planning Board for the go-ahead to tear down Burlington's Simonds house, built in 1781, for a three-family condo project. There have been talks about a memorial and dedication to the house on the site, but some local history enthusiasts are hoping to save the home. Let's have a look.
A historic Burlington home is likely facing demolition as discussions continue to move through the planning board for a proposed three-family condo development. The Simonds house on Lexington Street is a very old home that has recently been abandoned and sits in an overgrown lot that developers hope to turn into an active housing. Still, local historians who know its story and significance see more than just a run-down house. They see it as a time capsule into Burlington's early days and a memorial to a significant member of one of the town's oldest families.
Okay, the Jonathan Simonds house, or Deacon Jonathan Simonds house, was built in 1781 for Jonathan Simonds, who was a young Revolutionary War soldier who at age 22 went off to fight at the battles of Lexington and Concord with Captain Joshua Walker's 3rd Company from the 2nd Parish of Woburn. Besides being a Revolutionary War soldier, he was a deacon in his church, which is up on the hill, the 1732 United Church of Christ Congregational, known as the 2nd Parish Meeting House, built in 1732, as I said. And he was a deacon there and a tithing man. He was elected as one of the early selectmen. He was an assessor. He served in other capacities in the town.
There have been efforts to save the Simonds house. Last December, the Burlington Historical Commission instituted a demolition delay, a measure that can be invoked if they deem a structure to be of historic significance to give the commission time to save it or to find a place to move it. That delay ends in July.
So time's running out for saving the house, and Andrea's worked hard, very hard, trying to find people and places and sites to move it, so she can tell you a little bit more on that.
One potential site they explored was land on the Minuteman Sports Club that has land off of Francis Wyman Road. Andrea thought it would be a perfect fit and allow the history of the Minuteman to live on with members of a club who used the same name.
Allow this home maybe to be used as a clubhouse or something really beautiful, because it does have a lot of really beautiful features inside the home that you just can't buy, and anything now would just be imitation. So this is what we have in here is the real deal, and it's just so beautiful, and it's really a marvel to see how back in that era they lived, and to know that you're walking on some floors that a Minuteman and his wife and his family walked upon, and doors and handles that they held and opened and closed. And it's really like getting back into history and back into time when you can imagine what it was like for these people who lived here.
However, moving the house requires funds that the Historical Commission and Historical Society do not currently have. It may not be a complete loss, however. Though it isn't as ideal as saving the house, the developer has agreed to place a memorial to the home on the site of the new development.
Fearing the worst, we were promised by the developers that they would help create a memorial that would preserve the name of the Simonds name and in the history of the house. So we're hoping that will take place, and utilizing some of the structure, some of the building materials that were used in the construction of the house. So that's remains to be seen.
Still, Andrea says she's hopeful for a last-minute change that would allow them to save the house and all the history it represents.
Yeah, because at some point, this will vanish. This will be gone. We won't have this anymore. It just will completely disappear. And we'll hear of it, and we'll learn of it, and we'll imagine it. But here it stands, and we can see it. People can live in it and enjoy it, and sit by that Rumford fireplace and feel that heat coming out and enjoy something that somebody in 1781 enjoyed, and have it be a part of the community. And once it's gone, it's gone. And it's a sad thing to think that there's an opportunity and it'll be lost.
At the Simonds house, I'm BNEWS Director Rich Hosford.
There's now a new place for your canine friends to hang out in Burlington. On Saturday, June 16th, the Burlington Parks and Recreation held their ribbon-cutting ceremony in honor of the grand opening of the new Burlington Dog Park. BNews reporter John Vias was there and files this report.
Raise your paw and bark up some fun this summer, because after 4 years of hard work and dedication, the Burlington Dog Park is now open to all dogs and their owners. On Saturday, June 16th, the Burlington Parks and Recreation Department held a ribbon-cutting ceremony at Rohannes Park in honor of the grand opening of this new area for your canine to roam free and interact with new friends.
1, 2, 3.
It's great. We're really excited for it. It gives dog owners a place to go, let their dogs run free, play with other dogs without interfering with anything else going on in a park or athletic field.
I'm extremely thankful because I cannot let my dog off leash. She's a beagle and she just follows her nose. This is a great place for her to run and play, and I don't have to worry about her escaping.
It's really surreal to have it come to fruition after 4 years. I know our 2 dogs were rescue and were abused, so this is a place where they can come and feel safe, and that means everything.
We don't have a fenced-in backyard, so a nice space nearby for our dog to be able to run free is really excellent.
Parks and Rec Director Brendan Egan says the park is beneficial for the dog's owners as well.
It's having a spot where dogs can socialize in an enclosed environment, and dog owners can socialize too, and get together and meet new people and maybe set up some play dates on their own in their own yard as well.
There's a certain bond between all the dog owners, and it's great to see that, and it's going to be great to see the park get used. If you look around and see all the people that are so happy about having this park, and being able to get together with other dog owners. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Finally, as the last 4 years have paid off, each step is a milestone that counts from selecting a location to planning a strategy to the construction work. The dog park was an ambitious project.
First one was probably the selection of the site. That was the most important thing to start, and then to meet some of the requirements from the dog park committee on what they wanted to see in a dog park, and having that conceptual plan done, and then that final design. Those were a couple milestones, and then obviously the groundbreaking back in November was a huge focal point in moving forward with the construction. So those were some of the big main points in the process.
Really happy that this park is opened. It's less than half a mile from our house, so we'll be coming here all the time. It's great.
We had a lot of different fundraisers. The bricks were one of our biggest fundraisers, and we still have room for bricks, so if anybody's interested in still purchasing a brick, they can contact us. We will continue to have funding because there will be continued maintenance for the park. Hopefully we'll see people and they'll continue to support us.
From the newly opened Burlington Dog Park, I'm John Vias for BNEWS Weekly.
The new bakery and sandwich shop, with a strong emphasis on healthy food and providing options for people with food allergies, is looking to open in Burlington. According to paperwork filed with the planning department, Twist Bakery and Cafe has applied for a special permit to open at 62 2nd Avenue in the 3rd Avenue Development Project. The site was originally a Paul's Bakery. The cover letter says the applicant is a healthy modern bakery and counter-serve eatery preparing baked goods, breakfast items, sandwiches, salads, and seasonal cuisine, all of which are gluten-free, peanut-free, and tree nut-free, except for coconut. This would be the bakery's second location. There has been a Twist Bakery and Cafe in Millis, Massachusetts since 2011. The restaurant was founded after the owner, Catherine Ernst, spent a lot of time working on a variety of recipes to fit her dietary needs. As someone who grew up with a number of food allergies, including issues with gluten, she said she wanted a place where people can find a variety of options that won't make them feel bad or have an allergic reaction. She experimented in her kitchen to create recipes with natural ingredients and options that excluded common allergens such as nuts, gluten, and dairy. Ernst said once the menu was set, she realized she had something that others would also enjoy. The special permit application is scheduled to be before the planning board this week. The Burlington Parks and Recreation Department had their Club 55 chorus group perform at the Stonebridge Assisted Living Center. The group sang a variety of much beloved and classic songs for residents. BNews reporter Robert Parrish went to check it out and has this look.
The parlor inside of Stonebridge Senior Living was full of residents singing to their favorite songs from back in the day. This week, the Burlington Parks and Rec Department had their Club 55 chorus group come and perform at Stonebridge for a special concert.
We're at Stonebridge here in Burlington, and our Club 55 chorus group is performing their spring summer concert. Have a great lineup of songs from Ain't She Sweet to Take Me Out to the Ball Game. And we have America the Beautiful at the end. So it's really an opportunity for our Club 55 choral group to come out and perform what they've been working on all spring.
Leading the way is chorus group leader Susan Magliosi, who is always excited to perform with the members around Burlington.
This is our 5th year doing it, and we're from the Burlington Rec and Park Division, and we started this program 5 years ago. We do this at Christmas, and we also do it at Flag Day, and everybody loves it. We come here, we entertain everyone. They love it. They love to sing, and I think they love having the old music too.
Members of Club 55 are always looking forward to singing their hearts out to the audience members.
All the friends that I've made, everyone is just wonderful. Sue Magliosi, who's our leader, our piano player, she's wonderful. She works really hard. And there again, because she loves music, she loves people.
Finally, the chorus group loves to sing songs for young and old.
I think just a couple hours of enjoyment, good exercise and activity for them to enjoy some music. And Susan has done a great job really making sure that they're hitting songs that are from their generation.
Well, I really think we've made a lot of people happy here. I know I've spoke to people before the program started, and different ones were telling me how anxious they were to come and hear the old music.
The group, I can speak for the group, we get more than we give when we do a show like this. Seeing the residents smile and laugh and sing with us.
From Stonebridge Senior Living, I'm Robert Paris for BNEWS Weekly.
A new recruit with the Burlington Fire Department is ready to get on the job. David Rosenberger, who was appointed to the department in November of last year, finished the Massachusetts Firefighting Academy's 50-day career recruit firefighting training program on June 15th. He was among 35 firefighters to graduate from the 264th class of the Academy. The Massachusetts Firefighting Academy is a division of the Department of Fire Services, offers this program tuition-free. During the training, the students learn to respond to a variety of situations, many of them beyond just fires. This includes how to respond to chemical and environmental emergencies, how to rescue a child who has fallen through the ice or has locked himself in a bathroom, and how to rescue people from stalled elevators and those who are trapped in vehicle crashes. Additionally, students learn all the basic skills they need to respond to fires and to contain and control them. They are also given training in public fire education, hazardous material incident mitigation, flammable liquids, stress management, confined space rescue techniques, and rappelling. The intensive 10-week program for municipal firefighters involves a classroom instruction, physical fitness training, firefighter skills training, and live firefighting practice. To graduate, students must demonstrate proficiency in life safety, search and rescue, ladder operations, water supply, pump operation, and fire attack. Fire attack operations range from mailbox fires to multiple floor or multiple room structural fires. Welcome, David. BNEWS weatherman Peter Brown is out this week. Instead, we have Maddie Shipka pulling double duty. Here she is with both the weather report and the community calendar.
Hello, I'm Maddie Shipka, filling in for Peter Brown, who's out this week. We'll start our weather report with the almanac. According to the numbers, we're going to have an average temperatures for the week ahead. Historically, there's been a winter-like temperatures in the past. However, the historic low for this day is 43 degrees in 1969. It must have been a disappointing day for people who are looking forward to using their pools. One final note on the almanac is that the days are longer than 12 hours a day. Summer is here. Now let's take a look at the 7-day forecast. I do have to say it looks partly cloudy and with a chance of rain for the upcoming week. Friday and Saturday bring partly cloudy skies with the temperatures in the upper 70s and 80s. On Sunday, there's a chance of rain with the temperatures in the low 80s. Monday and Tuesday has more partly cloudy skies and temperatures in the high 70s. Wednesday and Thursday looks very similar with partly cloudy skies, except the temps will be in the low 80s. That's all for your weekly forecast. I'm Maddie Shipka saying, as Peter Brown always does, get out and enjoy the weather.
Hi, I'm Nick Priest with the Burlington 4th of July Committee, and I want to welcome you all out to enjoy this year's 4th of July parade. The parade will begin at 11 a.m. Wednesday morning and will start at Cambridge Street at the corner of Route 62. It's going to turn left down Wynn Street at Shaw's and end at Marshall Simonds Middle School. So make sure you stake out your spot with your lawn chairs and get ready. Also, Wednesday evening, the Beatles tribute band Fab 4 will be performing on the town common at 6 p.m., followed by what is surely to be a fantastic fireworks display. On behalf of myself and the rest of the committee, we just want to wish you a happy Independence Day, and we look forward to seeing you at the parade.
I'm Maddie Shipka, and this is your community calendar. Enjoy a fun-filled evening full of music. On Tuesday, June 26th, starting at 6:30 p.m., the Burlington Parks and Recreation Department will be having a Rico Bar and the Jump and Jive Review as part of their summer concert series. Rico Bar and the Jump and Jive Review is New England's premier swing and party band. Their repertoire includes the great Motown and soul classics by Marvin Gaye, The Old Days, The Temptations, and many more. Everyone is welcome and the event is free. For more information, visit burlingtonrecreation.org or call 781-270-1695. Don't forget your summer reading. On Friday, June 29th, from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m., the Burlington Public Library will be having their summer reading kickoff. Come and celebrate the beginning of summer reading with face painting activities and much more. Everyone is welcome and the event is free. For more information, visit burlington.org or call 781-270-1690. Come and find some fantastic hit-or-miss items. On Saturday, June 30th, from 9:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m., the Burlington Presbyterian Church in Burlington will be having their annual yard sale. There will be many items for sale like books, camping equipment, pet supplies, and much, much more. Everyone is welcome. Don't forget to bring your money. For more information, visit burlingtonpress.org. I'm Maddie Shipka, and this has been your Community Calendar.
The spring sports season has come to a close. For a wrap-up of the Red Devils season, we go now to BNews sports reporter Matt DiMarzio for the final sports report of this season.
Hey everyone, this is Matt DiMarzio here for your weekly sports report. The 2017 and 2018 school year is a wrap, and so is the spring sports season at Burlington High. All in all, it was quite the spring for the Red Devils, who won plenty of games on the fields and had a few wonderful gestures off of them. Longtime Burlington resident and bus driver Dottie Yaden has recently been diagnosed with breast cancer. In a show of support that attracted attention throughout the state and on Boston TV stations, many Red Devil teams and athletes showed support for Dottie. The softball team had a game in honor of Dottie with every player on the team wearing pink shirts that were custom made to support Dottie. The softball team ended up doing good stuff on the field as well. In the Division II North State Tournament, the Devils beat Pentucket Regional, Triton Regional, and Gloucester before facing top-seeded and undefeated North Reading in a North Championship game. After an intense battle, Burlington lost a thrilling game to the Hornets, 3-1. Nonetheless, it was a great season for the girls. The baseball team had a similarly successful run. The Devils reached the Division II North semifinal before falling to eventual North champ Beverly at Fraser Field in Lynn. Before facing Beverly, Burlington beat North Andover and Whittier Tech to reach its third straight North semifinal contest. Quite an accomplishment for Coach Dan Hirsch and the Devils. In the end, 3 BHS teams won at least a share of the Middlesex League's Freedom Division title, the baseball and softball teams and the girls tennis team, who has absolutely dominated the division since the league split several years ago. Coach Chris Sweeney's team made it to the second round of the state tournament this season before falling to Concord Carlisle. As the summer begins, don't forget that the Burlington High Athletic Hall of Fame Committee recently announced its 2018 Hall of Fame inductees. The Hall of Fame banquet will be held on Thursday, October 4th from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. at the Cafe Escadrille in Burlington. Tickets are $50 and may be purchased at the BHS Athletic Office at Burlington High. That is all for your weekly sports report. I am Matt DiMarzio, and we'll see you next season.
Another week, another photo to highlight. This week we have a beautiful photo of a common backyard bird. It was taken by Francis Wilson and sent in by J. Anderson Wilson and shows a blue jay taking a quick rest on a metal pole. The framing of the photo with the background blurred and the jay in tight focus really shows the beauty of the colors and the markings of a type of bird most of us see every day. Just goes to show it pays to slow down and take a look in the world around us. Thanks for the photo, Francis. We'd like to see your photos. They could be of something you see around town, the weather outside your own door, or even photos of your family, friends, and pets. Email your photos to bcat@bcattv.org with the subject line Photo of the Week. And that's it from the news desk here at BNEWS Weekly. I'm Phil Gallagher along with Rich Hosford, Robert Parris, John Vias, Maddie Shipka, and Matt DiMarzio. Thank you for joining us.